Shalom, friends. Akiva here from Israel in 5, and I want to invite you personally to join me for a longer presentation taking place on Sunday, June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time in honor of the upcoming holiday of Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks. Go to israel5.org/tour to register for free or click on the link in the description. In this presentation, we are going to explore the biblical story behind the holiday of Shavuot, which celebrates the receiving of the Torah by the children of Israel on Mount Sinai. We'll also look at the modern day cultural celebration of Shavuot in the modern day Jewish state. And we'll also learn about the connection between this holiday and the 7 species through which the land of Israel is most known and blessed. It's going to be an exciting presentation. Definitely don't want to miss it. Please join me. Again, go to israel5.org/tour or click on the link in the description. Sunday, June 9th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Can't wait to see you there. All the best and be well. Fun fact about Israelis is that Israelis love to travel. Shalom, my friends. This is the Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. Now, as much as Israelis love Israel, and they love Israel, there's so much pride and admiration of this country. It's incredible to see. Kids grow up with it. They're educated in it. They feel it. They want it. It's a very, very high and strong level of national spirit and pride in this country. It's an amazing thing to see, amazing thing to be part of. And at the same time, they love to travel. They love to, go out into the world and see the world and go to different countries and locations and cultures. It's an amazing thing as well. What I find interesting about Israelis and their travel is usually they don't just go for like 5 days or 7 days, have a week off and I'll go. Of course, they do that sometimes as well, but they love to travel for extended periods of time. It's not uncommon to see, a couple or family with kids to go away for 3-4 weeks at a time, right? To really kind of nestle in and get to know a place, a country, and a culture. And even though we're surrounded by countries that are not friendly to us and we can't really go visit, Israel's not that far from Europe, and it's a very quick and inexpensive plane ticket to visit many amazing and interesting and beautiful places all throughout Europe. And in my family, we've done it many times since my wife and I moved here to Israel 20 years ago. And it's very common for Israelis to go to Greece and to go to Eastern Europe and Western Europe and the Mediterranean Rim and all these different areas and places to explore because it's not that far. But even the further away places, Israelis just love to go see the world. It's an amazing thing. Right? I know whenever I've traveled around America or in other places, inevitably, even though we're such a small, little, tiny country, inevitably we're going to run into Israelis. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. It doesn't make sense according to the numbers, but it always happens. It's a really amazing thing. Connected to this whole idea of Israelis and travel, one of the big ways or times that Israelis travel in their lives is right after the army. After serving 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 years, depending on what they did and how much time they had to commit, young Israelis, they want to get out. They love Israel, but they want to go out and see the world. They want that freedom. They want to travel, right? And they travel to all different places in the world. Many Israelis, after the army, they travel to the east. Many of them to India. They go hiking there, the beautiful nature, the culture, they explore. And some of them actually kind of settle down for even a little bit, for months and months at a time. Right? We talked about how Israelis like to travel for more than just a week. When Israelis go traveling after the army, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years. When I first moved to Israel 20 years ago, one of my first friends, he had just gotten back from traveling around the world for 2 years without coming back home once. Right? So it's a really big part of the culture, especially again after the army. I remember hearing multiple times from people that in India, some of these towns where a lot of these young Israelis kind of just hang out and live for as long as they want, the locals there, they think that Israel's like this huge place, right? Like it must be like tens of millions, if not hundreds and hundreds of millions of people, because they see so many Israelis coming through. And yet they find out eventually that we're a country of like 9 million people, and they can't believe it, right? Because of the amount of Israelis that they see so much. Right, South America is a very big location as well that young Israelis like to go to after the army. But again, Israelis of all ages, right? Whether they're older couples in retirement or families with young kids, they have this real desire to go out and see the world. Now, Israel's a beautiful place, but it's a very, very tiny place. We like to say that Israel's like a microcosm of the world. And literally, it really is. You can find like little kind of areas in this country that remind you of bigger versions of it somewhere else out in the world, whether it's the California coast or somewhere in Europe. It's really an amazing thing. But we are a tiny country, and Israelis, by the time they get to a certain age, they've kind of seen everything, done everything, been there, done that. And they really do want to see more of the world, and there's so much beauty in the world to see. So we see that as much as Israelis love their country and have this really, really powerful pride and connection and spirit with their country and to their country, going out and seeing the world is also part of their life goals and dreams and vision and who they are. And really kind of taking those experiences, bringing it back home and integrating them into this place that they love so much and making it an even better place.